So, you want to learn how to become a painter, but you don't want to spend a lot of money going to school or dealing with teachers and all this sort of stuff, or maybe you don't have access to those sort of things in your community. So this video is going to tell you how you can create a system that will allow you to not only learning different painting techniques, but also figuring out what it is that you want to paint and creating some conceptual framework that your paintings can live in as well. So what I have all my students do in every single class and every time at the beginning of the year, I basically have to say, I want you to make a blog. And everybody's like, oh, because every single year somebody says, okay, for this class, you need to make a blog. You need to make a blog. And I recommend using Tumblr just because it allows you to put up quotes from stuff. You can put up images really easily. You can take pictures of notes. I'll get into all this and show you how I have mine set up, and actually show you how to set it up yourself in a minute. But it allows you to use a lot of different types of formats. You can put videos up, from YouTube, whatever. And Instagram is good for pictures and, for creating a log of what you're working on in the studio. But it's not really the best to put a bunch of different type of materials together in one place. So Tumblr is going to be my recommendation for use on this project, and I'm going to show you how to set up links and stuff like that to organize stuff as well. So in order to use Tumblr effectively, you're going to want to create a series of different hashtags for different things you're going to be doing. You're trying to get better at something. It might be the new year, you got a new resolution, but your goal is to get better at painting, right? So there's a lot of different types of painting out there. A blog allows you to start looking at all these different things and bringing them together into one place. So the first thing that I want you to do is create a hashtag on your blog just called updates. And these updates are going to be photos that you take every single time you work on a painting or a drawing. And every time you make a painting or drawing, you take a picture of it, hashtag updates, and you upload it to Tumblr. This will give you a clear look at how you're progressing on your pieces over time. The next thing to look at is something I call research. Now, research is about a topic about something other than painting. Maybe you want to make paintings about flowers. Maybe you want to make paintings about the Iraq War. Okay? Two very, very different things. But if you're looking at making paintings about flowers, you're going to probably want to start researching different type of flowers. How does a pistil work, or what type of plants have certain attributes? What type of plants have little pokey things on them? Maybe there's some new revelations about plant biology and botany that have come about in the last couple of years, and you could keep up to date on these newest developments in the plant world, and you can write about these things and you can make paintings about them, and all of a sudden you're the plant person that knows all this sort of stuff. If it's about the Iraq War, there's all this sort of articles and information and imagery and all this sort of stuff concerning that as well. So here you can see you can have two very disparate beginning points in terms of research, and you can create a lot of research based upon those things. A lot of the times, you don't need to be in depth. It's not like you're writing a PhD dissertation here. Just copy and paste stuff from Wikipedia. Pictures of plants that you like, pictures of cars that you like, whatever. This sort of stuff all goes in this research category. The next one, and this one's really important, is artists I'm looking at. Okay? In order to make paintings, you should also be looking at painting all the time. Easiest way to do this is Instagram. A lot of students, they don't know where to start. They're like, I'm interested in painting, but there's so much out there, I don't know where to begin. Well, I created an Instagram specifically for this course, and it's just painting course, all one word, painting course on Instagram. And in my stories there, I've tried to bring together all these different types of artists with all these different types of styles. So I have abstract artists there, I have figurative painters there, I have landscape painters, I have surreal painters, pop art painters, street artists, all these different types of styles. And you can just go to a painting course on Instagram and you can look through those stories. all of them, generally link to the person's Instagram, so you can find out their name, you can find out, a lot of them are living, they're contemporary artists, but there's a bunch of older paintings on Instagram as well that you can get into that entire world. The world of painting is huge, I understand it, and it's hard to figure out where to begin. So that's why I created this Instagram. In your blog, start collecting pictures of these artists that you're looking at and that you find interesting. Doesn't matter. It can be, sometimes I have like landscape people that I really like. My paintings don't look anything like landscapes, but maybe it's the colors that they use in the painting or something like that. So you're just going to copy and paste those same images right into your Tumblr. If it's on Instagram, there's an app out there called Fast Save, and it'll allow you to just download specific Instagram posts by hitting copy link if you have that app installed on your phone. So you can just literally just download it to your camera roll and then upload it to your Tumblr, hashtag it artists. Okay? The next one is notes. So artists should have a little notebook. Get a little notebook. I've got field notes because I'm a dork, but here's my little notebook. I even got a nice pen. Here we go. See, I got this nice little fountain pen, this nice little notebook. This is a Jinhao fountain pen. They're quite good. Jinhao. You can get them on Instagram for like $6. They're refillable. You take this off, you can see it's got a little piston in there. You can refill it quite easily. So get a nice pen, get a little notebook, and you can see in the notebook, there's notes. People tell me stuff. I'll be sitting around and they're like, oh, do you know Selection Radio? Selection Radio. I didn't know that. So my buddy told me about that. Somebody was talking about coltan in the Congo, these sort of like technology minerals that are creating crises all over the world. It can be anything that you put in this notebook. But just have a place, have a notebook where you keep all these things that otherwise they just fly away. Writers do this all the time, Writers have a little notebook because sometimes you're walking your cat, and all of a sudden you have this great idea about this movie where Neanderthals are going to be in an epic battle with humans, and it's going to be directed by Mel Gibson. And if you don't write that down, you're going to forget it. So have a notebook where you can write stuff down. Now, you're going to hashtag this notes, okay? And the good thing about this is, this notebook can be anything. It can be a napkin in a restaurant because you got a phone. And you're just going to take a picture of it, you're going to hashtag it notes, and you're going to upload it to Tumblr. Okay? Now you get all your notes all in one place too. I have this weird one where I do my dreams. I create a dream journal as well. And I'm going to try that with some students this summer. By the way, I'm teaching in Prague again this summer. You should come out. Mid-June to early July, 3-week course in Prague. And I'm going to try it out there this summer to create a dream journal as well. I just think it holds a wealth of information that we often don't think about, and this stuff can help inform your paintings. So that one's optional. But I have a dream journal, and I just hashtag it dreams in my blog. Then I have one, just my paintings. So these are all my new paintings. When I have a finished work, I can take a photo of it and I can upload it to my Tumblr. And then the good thing is I really recommend using a grid layout. I used to make it mandatory, but a grid layout, so it's all little squares, the theme that you want to use is like a grid theme for Tumblr. And then you can see your research over here. You can see an artist that you're looking at here. You can see in one of your paintings there. And you can start, looking at these two things together and everything together. And it's like, wow, I'm actually making something. Next one is source material. So source material, this is like inspiration that comes from other places. But for me, I take a lot of I take a lot of photos of like biology textbooks, and the illustrations in those I like a lot. Sometimes I see, I'll be out hiking and I'll just see some bark on a tree and I'll, be kind of fascinated by it, and I'll get an up-close picture of that bark just as a texture. So this could be absolutely anything. but figure out what is your source material that you want to use to create paintings. Because sometimes when you're out and about, you can start thinking about being an artist all the time. It's not something you just shut off at some point. You can be creating art and looking at the world through these eyes constantly, and just with your phone, take it out quick, take a photo, and then start putting all these things together, and you're like, oh, maybe there is some sort of cohesive theme about what I'm attracted to and what I want to make paintings of. So have one called source material, and this could be, anything. This could be inspirational paintings as well, even though I put that under artists probably. But this could be, absolutely anything that you see, a dandelion in a crack on the sidewalk, whatever. Take a picture of it and just have a place where you have a bunch of images, and you can use those images and incorporate them to paintings later. So that's it. Those are the different sections of your blog that you need to create. I think I've had a lot of success with this over the years, and students have, I've pulled them in to do it, kicking and screaming sometimes, but I think I've got good results at the end of the day, and I've got a lot of positive feedback that this let them really made them able to see the broader picture. There's so many good tutorials on YouTube about painting and shading and how to make form and all this sort of stuff. I think that's awesome. I can't imagine, my daughter looks at these already. She's 8 years old and she's drawing along with these artists. I think that's so cool. Proco TV is obviously really great. A bunch of others are super awesome. But I think one thing I found lacking is, how do you actually create ideas for art, and what are people actually doing in master's programs? It's often something similar to this, where you're looking at research, you're looking at inspirational images, you're looking at historical references with other artists, and you're making a log of all your progression and all your work and all your documentation that you are actually working. So I think honestly, if you put in the time, even after a few months, you're going to start seeing some cross-pollination between these inspirational images and these articles that you're looking at, and it comes together into an actual thing. So I'm going to cut away, and I'm going to do a partial video on how to set up the hashtags to make them links on your Tumblr. And it's kind of annoying because if you set up a new Tumblr, they don't allow you to do this for, I think, like 2 weeks. So brand new Tumblrs have to wait like this 2-week period before you can make hashtags into links on your blog. But I'm going to show you how to do that as well, so you can get set up and create something that you're really happy with. So thanks for watching. Head over to painting-course.com if you're into this sort of thing. Take the course. If you got any questions, write them down below. Thanks for watching. So here you can see what my blog looks like. You can go check it out yourself at lunarcave.com. I'll put the link down in the description. But here I've got all the different stuff that I'm looking at. Here's some of these weird dream journal things I make. Here's artists that I'm looking at. Here's some inspirational imagery, another artist. Here's writing that I've done about my paintings. And I use all this different stuff based on these different hashtags. So if you look down here, you can see this is hashtagged artists. Okay? And all the artists to look at are connected to that hashtag. I'm going to show you how to set up links so these two things are connected. So now if you want to look at all the artists that I'm looking at, you can do so just by clicking that artist's link. And you can see there's some similarities amongst these. So here I've got my painting vlog. I chose to actually make a separate YouTube video. I can link that up down in the description too if you want to see my crazy painting vlog. And here I have only all the videos that I made. I started doing this with photos, but then it made more sense to just start using actual videos to do it. And here you have all the videos, and these videos document my progress on certain paintings. I even make some like life compilation videos where I'm like putting all these clips together from my life and stuff like that as well. But these are all basically, I hashtag these updates, as you can see here. And these are all just updates of the work. So instead of videos, if you don't want to start a YouTube video for your documentation, you can just take photos of it. Videos are nice because you can, make some commentary and what's working and not. Research is the next one here. And this is where you can see all the different actual research. Here's stuff about, here's a bunch of web colors. I was thinking about what colors did they make? What colors did they use in the early development of the web? So research can have all sorts of different stuff. Okay? Artists to look at, we already looked at. Notes, this is a pretty simple one, but like I said, works pretty nicely as well. So under notes, you can see, notes that I've written. You can also see portions of books. If I'm reading a book and I find something interesting, I can just take a picture of it, hashtag it. Here's some notes, actual classically what we think of as notes. And they're there too. All this different notes. Dreams. Just something I do personally, but I put all my dreams. I create recordings with my phone, and then I overlay them with video using an app on my phone. And it's just a quick way to keep a dream journal. So all of a sudden you've got all these dreams. My paintings, you can look at, your own work. I link this to a separate website. Source material, you're looking at all the different source material here. So this could be, here's, the $9 million man. This person does not exist. This is a picture of a person created by AI. Here's some tree bark. Here's the cover of a book I saw at a thrift store that I thought was cool. Looking at neurons and how they work. These type of Minecraft computer graphics, and looking at early graphics and the similarities between them. So you can see a lot of different things all of a sudden kind of coming together, all these biology photos, computer photos. This is kind of my world, And you can even set up these little, go to your Facebook page or go to your YouTube channel or go to Instagram there too. So, how do we do this? First place you're going to end up when you're here is you're going to create a Tumblr, and these things at the top allow you to, upload text or a photo, quote, link, chat, audio, video, all that sort of stuff. Video is not, necessarily uploaded videos. You can also just copy and paste a link from YouTube into here. And you're going to get to this page, and this is where you put in new posts and stuff. Once you get there, you're going to want to go to Edit Appearance. And this is how you set up your hashtags to be links on the left-hand side. So you go there. Now we're here. We're going to click on Edit Theme. And that brings us to this page. And then we see a preview of what stuff's going to look like over here. And the description and stuff like that here. So this theme is called Masonite, by the way. If you want to just download this same theme, it's called Tumblr X Masonite. And so after you get a Tumblr, you can just Google out Tumblr X Masonite, and you can click on it. I'll even show you how to do it if you want. Here it is. You just click on it like that, and it'll bring you to this page, and you just click install. Mine's installed already, so I don't need to do it. But if you want to use this exact same theme, that's how you do it. So you install that theme, and that'll give you a grid layout. And then way down here at the bottom, go past all this stuff, you're going to see all these different, these are where your pages go. And they're called pages, but they'll create links in the left-hand column here. So updates, if we look at that, you're going to want to make sure this is clicked as link here. Here you can say show a link to this page. Yes, we want a link to that page in the right hand or left hand column, so we make sure that's clicked on. And then you're going to create this text here, Lunar Cave /updates, and then link to tagged /updates. And by doing that, you're going to be able to create all these different pages and just easily, go through all your different materials that you've collected quickly. So, and if you want to, link directly to a page, here I'm going to a separate page. You can also link to a separate page. You can write the name of what you want to call it here and link to a separate page. So I hope this helped you out. If you got any questions, hit me up down below in the comments. And I wish you very merry researching, inspirational image collecting, artist looking, adding, and painting as you venture off into this new world where your paintings become technically beautiful and your concepts also relate to other people in the world. Thanks so much.